Halloween is a big day for me, particularly because of some decisions I've made in the past. And before I go any further, I want to clarify something, because whenever I make a video that touches on spiritual topics, or like it is vaguely referring to maybe a heaven or a hell or a demon or a god, any of those videos, people flood to those videos to either tell me not to joke about it or tell me that I'm going to hell, or they just say a lot of things. And so I'm going to get ahead of that. I want to get ahead of that because, first of all, this isn't a joke, and this isn't meant to be funny. This is business. Okay, this whole video is about business. You're going to understand why in a second, I promise. But I need you to get that through your head. This isn't like a spiritual thing. This isn't a religious thing. It's not a Christian, Buddhist, Islamic, Judaistic. It's none of that. It's none of that. That's not what it is, okay? Just get that through your head. We're talking business here. We're talking shop. We're talking about business. A while ago, I sold my soul. Now, traditionally, when people hear the idea of selling your soul... Oh, also, some people comment when I talk about souls. I've talked about souls before, and other people from the other side of the aisle have commented and being like, souls don't exist. Yeah, so, I hate all of you, is basically what I'm trying to say. I hate everybody. But yeah, a while back, I did sell my soul. And I think typically when people think about selling their soul, they think about taking their soul and selling it to one person, selling it to the devil, right? He gets your soul. Now, you sold your soul to the devil, and now you are Timothy Chalamet. I'm not saying he sold his soul, but like you become an A-list celebrity. Or you're rich. That's why people sell their souls. But the concept of selling your soul to the devil, selling your soul to just one person, stupid. It's actually really stupid. Ariel and that Disney movie, when she sells her entire dang soul to that to the hot octopus, that was stupid of her, and it almost screwed her over. She ended up saving the day somehow. I actually don't remember how she saves the day, but she saves the day, and so things work out for her. But it's not a good idea to sell your soul to one entity, just to the devil, right? You don't want to put all your eggs in one basket. If you found $1 million, you're not going to invest all of that money into Walmart, right? It wouldn't be smart. It's smarter to invest it into mutual funds, which are safer, because if one business goes down, then you're not screwed, right? If the devil goes down, think about this, because the devil's going to lose one day. And when the devil loses, all you who sold your soul to him are screwed. You're screwed. What are you going to do, right? But not me, because I split up my soul into dozens of pieces and sold it off to multiple demons. Right? You know? Yeah, right? You get it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's what I did. I sold my soul. I split up my soul and sold it to multiple demons. Right? I have a diversified soul portfolio. And I don't want to get too much into how it works because it was a long process to get there. And quite frankly, you just need to educate yourself on this subject matter. But when it comes to Halloween, it's a big day for me because I think, a lot of people who are concerned with Halloween about being this satanic ritual, again, you people are just so focused on like the main guy, right? You people are so focused on NVIDIA, talking about NVIDIA, that you're not considering all of the small businesses out there. Because all your money is in NVIDIA, and when's the last time you shopped local, right? Never. And so Halloween is an important day because it is a chance, I think, for the demons to have some fun, to get out there and explore the evil that's going on. because it is a celebration of evil. It's not a celebration of evil. People are just dressing up. But the wickedness of it helps demons all across the world. And it helps them specifically from like an emotional standpoint. It is fun for them. They enjoy Halloween. And really, when you sell your soul to whether it's Satan or whether it is to a ton of demons, there's not a specific, it doesn't work like business. This is where perhaps the business metaphor falls off. If you give your money to NVIDIA, all that matters to you is that NVIDIA stock increases. That's the only thing that matters. It doesn't matter how many people NVIDIA has to kill. I don't know if they're killing people. I don't know, but also they're like worth $5 trillion. That's the ethos of this channel, by the way, is I don't like billionaires. You're going to either deal with it or not. I don't know what to tell you. But like all that matters is that NVIDIA keeps making more and more money, right? And this has led to a lot of problems in the world because all that matters is profits. But in this world, right, we're now exiting the business world and into this world. It really is just kind of a vibe thing. Like you sell your soul because you want things to go well in your life, and you're entrusting your life into the hands of these creatures. And shoot, if they're not having a good day, if they're mad, if they're pissy, if they're not really pleased with you, not even because you did anything, but just because they've been having a rough go of it, it certainly doesn't make life easier, right? Life doesn't go better. A lot more stub toes tend to happen. My car has an automatic braking system that sometimes kicks in, and I do feel like it kicks in more often when, some of the people some of my investors, or I'm their investor, whatever. I'm getting lost in the business stuff, but I do notice that more bad things tend to happen. But Halloween night, man, they love Halloween. It's just fun for them. They love the costumes. And I'll tell you this, what's interesting? It's not even like the people who dress up as killers or murderers. It's like the people who dress up as Shrek. Like, they love that stuff, man. They love that stuff. That is their favorite. That's what they love. It's the Shrek. It's the donkey. And not even that it has to be a character. But if you've been on TikTok recently, there's all these like super niche costumes that have super niche references. Man, they eat that stuff up. They think it's so creative. They think it's so clever. It inspires them. It reminds them what they got into this, which was to make our lives better, and also to like have evil dominate the world or whatever. And so November is usually like the best month out of the year. At least it has been since I was 16 years old. Probably should have been a legal adult before I signed that contract, but what can you do? It's the life I have to live now. But November is just the best month. It is just, things tend to go well for me. I find money in couches. Usually like an opportunity arises during that month that just kind of comes out of nowhere. My recent job, I started that job in November. I got that job in November. The job I've had now for 2 years, and I'm not even kidding. I got that job in November. I applied, interviewed, and got it all within November. Right after I quit my previous job and had no plans. See what I'm talking about? So November is a good month. Until Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving, things start to fall off, and Christmas time they get real pissy because of the whole, why they're pissy. But I don't think ahead. I'm not worried about it. I think the first couple years, I'd heard from other people like, hey, like November's gonna be great, and then December's gonna be rocky, and early January, it's gonna be rough. And the first couple of years, I didn't even enjoy November because I was just so anxious about what was to come. And I've learned to be more present. I've learned to just be grateful for these next couple of weeks because it's awesome. If you were in a pool of ice cream, you're going to eat the ice cream, and you should eat the ice cream. Even if you know that next week you're going to be in a pool of piss, eat the dang ice cream. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. So yeah. I can elaborate more on the Thanksgiving and Christmas stuff, but it's a different time for a different video.